Okay, so I just finished a whole semester. And my brain right now has way too many tabs open. So I'm gonna talk through all of them. And then halfway through, I'll probably realize you have no idea who I am, so I'll fix that too. So you can't see my face, and that's kind of the point. It's just me walking and a lot of thoughts. I'm a senior at university, 4th year, which still feels weird to say out loud. And I just survived the kind of semester where you don't really live, you just get through it. So this video is me kind of debriefing with myself, out loud, in English. So this semester, honestly, it was brutal. I had my graduation thesis, plus 4 major courses, engineering courses, the heavy kind, all at the same time. And I genuinely don't know how I would have survived without one class, an English one. It was a healing class, low stress, you just read and talk and breathe. That one class was the thing that kept me human while everything else was on fire. It's funny, the class that wasn't important for my major is the one that I'm most grateful for. There's probably a lesson in here somewhere, the thing you do just for yourself ends up being the thing that holds you together. I don't know. I'll think about that later. I have a list. Also, small thing, my birthday was about 20 days ago, so congratulations for me. And okay, here's my Korean word, 정보처리기사. It's a national certification in Korea, basically the information processing engineer license. Oh, by the way, that's a keyboard that I bought eventually, but I didn't buy it here. This is a bookstore. Its name is 교보문고, which is a popular bookstore in Korea. And I saw this keyboard. It sounds good, and I decided to buy it, but it was kind of cheaper at Coupon, so I bought it online. And okay, to go back, the information processing engineer license, it doesn't really translate cleanly into English, so just think of it as a standard certification that a lot of engineering and IT students here go for. In my department, my major is information and communications engineering. Pretty much everyone gets it. It's just the vibe. Everyone does it. I passed the first part, the written exam. Now I just need to pass the second part, the practical one. And honestly, I'm not stressing about whether I need it. I'm treating it more like, okay, this is a clean excuse to go back and rebuild my fundamentals. Re-pour the foundation. So that's what I'm studying for these days. So let me tell you why I started a YouTube channel. So why am I even doing this? Talking to a camera with no face. 2 reasons, kind of. One, I wanted something... Oh, by the way, I was just going to sleep. That has a night as a gap. Anyway, to go back, I wanted something that isn't just do the task, do the next task, do the next task, and forever. I wanted to legitimately goof off while still keeping my productivity, like a productive way to waste time. Does that make sense? Probably not, but that's the goal. And the second one is, okay, I'll just admit it, I like attention. There, I said it. I think a lot of people pretend they don't, but I'm just gonna be honest about it. And there's a third, quieter reason, which is I'm finishing this semester with a lot of lingering feelings. Like a weird mix of relief and regret and, wait, where did the time go? And I didn't want all of that to just evaporate. I wanted to keep a record of it. So here we are. Okay, here are my thoughts and concerns these days. The real part. I have so many thoughts in my head right now that I genuinely think I need to say them out loud to make them feel real. So this is the list. Bear with me. 1, I am just constantly running, like sprinting, nonstop, with no finish line. Do I need a break? I keep telling myself rest is also productive, and then I immediately open my laptop, so working on that. 2, I need to take a better care of my body. I feel kind of puffy and bloated lately. I mean, I'm not fat, but it was like too much sitting, too much studying, not enough moving. So the plan is actually exercise. Maybe go dancing because that's exercise, but it doesn't feel like punishment. And eat real, healthy food instead of whatever's fastest. I'm thinking about making poke bowls at home. That feels achievable and also kind of cute, honestly. 3, the lab. I'm part of a lab, and I really don't want to be the person who drops the ball and makes things harder for everyone else. Here, there is also a summer project coming up that I need to do well. So that's living in the back of my head at all times. 4, my grades. My first semester's results didn't come out as well as I wanted. And I'm a little scared my GPA is gonna drop. I keep thinking, what do I need to do differently next semester? But also, I want to give myself some credit because this semester I actually hit peak efficiency with my study system. Recording lectures plus Notion plus Anki for memorization, that combo carried me. And, shout out to Cloud and ChatGPT, genuinely, we were a team this semester. 5, I need to practice coding more consistently. This one's just true and I'm not gonna over-explain it. 6, the big one. Job or grad school? I honestly don't know. My gut says I want to go straight into working, get a job, be in the real world. But then there's this fear like, what if I can't land one right away? What do I do in that gap? That uncertainty is probably the loudest thought in my head right now. 7, summer session. I've got summer courses and I need to actually study for them and do well, which is that online lecture on the video right now. So that's on the list too. By the way, this lecture is basically not online originally, but today it was just online because the professor had a schedule. Anyway, 8, and this one connects back to why I'm here. Next semester, I probably won't be able to take the English speaking class I wanted. The schedule just doesn't work out. So instead of letting my English get rusty, I'm doing this, just rambling into a camera in English. This channel is my speaking class now. So thank you for being my conversation partner, even if it's a little one-sided right now. So yeah, that's what's in my head. A finished semester, a body that needs a walk, a lap I don't want to let down, grades I'm anxious about, a certification, a coding to-do list, and one giant question mark about my future. All living in here at the same time. but I think saying it loud kind of helped. It feels like a little less like noise and a little more like a list now. So, okay, wait. You guys don't even know who I am. So, I've been sitting here for like 10 minutes unloading every single worry in my brain onto you, and you have no idea who I am. I didn't even say hi properly. That's not nice. So let me back up. Let me introduce myself. So hi again. I'm a Korean woman in my 20s. You can call me Ashley, which is my English name. I have a Korean name. I'll tell you if I have a chance. The reason I have an English name is because when I was like at the kindergarten, I needed a name, which is for the American teachers. And at that time, my mom suddenly got the idea like, okay, her name is going to be Ashley, so I became Ashley. I like this name though. And to go back, and like I said, I'm a 4th year university student studying information and communications engineering. Quick side note on that. When people ask me what I study in English, I honestly fumble it every time. In Korea, we just say 공대, which means like the College of Engineering. And information and communications engineering is such a mouthful. So if you ever hear me trip over my own major in this channel, that's why. We're learning together. So where I'm from Seoul. That's my hometown, where my family is. But I don't actually live there right now. My university is in a city called Yongin, which is just kind of south of Seoul. If Seoul is the big, loud, famous capital that everyone knows, Yongin is more like the quieter, greener place where a lot of students and families actually live. So my life is kind of split between 2 cities. Seoul is like home, and Yongin is my real day-to-day life home. And living alone, which brings me to I live by myself now, and this is pretty new. It's only been about 4 months. And actually, here's the funny part. I didn't start out living alone. I was sharing a 2-room apartment. In Korea, we call it a turum. Basically a 2-room place with a friend. We split everything, but right now it's vacation, so she went back to her family's house. So suddenly, it's just me and the whole apartment by myself. And it's a weird feeling, honestly. It's quite in a way I'm still getting used to. Some days it feels really freeing, like I can do whatever I want, eat whenever I want, leave the light on, talk to myself, film a video at midnight with no one judging me. And then some days it's a little too quiet and I'm like, okay, I need to call someone. So I'm somewhere in the middle of this is amazing and this is a lot. Learning to cook for one is its own whole journey. The lab. I have to talk about the lab. Now the lab thing I kept mentioning. I'm a part of a research lab and my lab works on something called physical AI. So if you've only ever thought of AI as like a chatbot on your screen that writes your essays, physical AI is the other side of that. It's AI that actually exists in the real physical world. AI that senses things, makes decisions, and moves, like robots, sensors, machines that react to their environment. Basically, instead of AI that just talks, it's AI that does. That's the world I spend my time in, and it's genuinely the part of my life I'm most excited and most nervous about, both at once. And fashion. Okay, lighter topic, because I'm not all engineering and existential dread, I promise. I really like fashion. My style, if I had to put it on one sentence, is casual but with a point. Like comfy, easy, everyday stuff, but always with one thing that makes it not boring. One accent. One detail that's a little bit me. I'm not a head to toe trendy person, but I'm also not gonna leave the house looking like I gave up. There's always one little point. So expect some of that to show up in this channel too. Not my face, but maybe my outfits, my desk, maybe my aesthetic choices. And honestly, if I had to describe myself in one line, I'm just a person who lives very busily. Like aggressively busy. Always running, always a list, always one more thing. You probably figured that out from the first 10 minutes of this video. That's the whole me. A busy Korean engineering student in her 20s, living alone in Yongin, slightly worried about everything, trying to make something out of it instead of just stressing in silence. So that's me. Now you know who's been talking at you this whole time. Nice to meet you, officially. Okay, now I can actually end this. So here's my question for you. Two of them, actually. First, when your head is this full, too many goals, too many worries at once, what do you do first? Do you pick one thing and just start, or do you force yourself to rest before anything? Because I clearly need the advice. And second, just because I'm curious and I want this to feel like a conversation, where are you watching from? Tell me. I genuinely want to know who's out there. It's a little less lonely in this quiet apartment if I know someone's listening. Okay, that's really it for today. I'm gonna go make some poke bowls for me. Maybe, probably. We'll see. Yeah, so maybe see you at the desk or somewhere else next time. And yeah, bye bye.